Hyunwoo 선생님 is here, and he also runs a website called talktomeinkorean.com. Maybe some of you actually found out about Arirang Radio and Catch the Wave because of Hyunwoo, or thanks to Hyunwoo and his team. So a big shout out to you. If you want to see us in the studio, I just posted a photo on Facebook. Check it out. Yes, it's a little selfie with Hyunwoo and I in the studio. Leave us your comments.
I could totally tell that you are not an expert.
I'm not an expert. I don't take
selfies.
too many selfies.
So it was like, what button should I press?
I was like using two hands. I was like holding it with one hand, pressing.
Yeah, it took like 5 seconds for you to flip the screen.
I know. Hyunwoo is just really quick. It takes like
I don't even
half
have
a
to
second
look.
for him. He can close his eyes and do it. In any case, leave us your comments and check out the photo. We'll talk about the first expression today. We have a survival expression, and then in part 2, we'll talk about our K-pop quiz. You're going to have to guess the Korean title of a song after we read the lyrics for you. Part 3, we'll talk about an audio clip sent in by one of our listeners, and you can also send us your voice messages. So do that now or during the weekend if you want. And part 4, we'll answer some of your curiosities, questions. If you have any problems, we can help you.
All right.
Hyunwoo, we also have some Korean listeners. Look, we have Yerin shi, and she's listening to us on... Oh, okay. We'll play that a bit later. I guess it's a song request.
I see.
So we'll read that message a bit later. But let's talk about the first expression.
Okay. The first expression, the expression of the day is related to motion sickness.
Motion sickness.
Yes. When you are in a car, usually it doesn't happen when you are the one who's driving, but when you're in the passenger seat or in the back seat, if the car goes and stops and goes and stops, it can happen. So you can say, in that case, 멀미나요.
멀미나요.
Yeah.
It's like, 멀미나요.
Sometimes when you get serious motion sickness, you can't even finish the sentence because you're throwing up, right? But anyway, if you can finish the sentence, you can say 멀미나요, and the driver can pull over.
Yeah, so this usually happens when you're in a car, and let's say the car is like driving and turning all the time, or maybe when you're on a boat.
Yeah. So 멀미 is motion sickness in general, but you can specifically say 배멀미 or 차멀미. So 배 is boat. So
when
boat.
When you take a plane, do you have motion sickness? I don't know.
Not really.
If you take a small plane, maybe.
Maybe,
like a small plane that turns a lot,
like choppers.
shaking.
Yeah.
멀미나요.
멀미나요.
Did you have any of this when you were a kid? 멀미나요?
Not really. I'm really thankful that I don't ever get motion sickness. So, I can travel all I want.
He's rough and tough. He's a b-boy, by the way. Maybe that's why.
But sometimes even, like simple things in children's playgrounds, they're like spinning toys and everything.
Yeah.
Those give me 멀미,
Or when you go to an amusement park, maybe?
But I rarely get motion sickness.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you're the type of person who gets motion sickness really easily, this might come in handy. So remember this phrase, 멀미나요.
멀미나요.
멀미 is the noun for motion sickness, and 나요 is just the verb.
Yeah. And when you're not feeling good, let's say, I'm not really feeling good right now, you can say 아파요.
아파요 is,
I'm sick.
You're hurting, you're sick. In that case, but since we are talking about motion sickness, you can say 속이 안 좋아요.
속이 안 좋아요. What is 속?
속 is
속이.
inside.
Inside,
or if you're talking about dumplings, the filling is 속.
속.
So 만두 속. So your filling or your inside isn't good.
And you can also say maybe like 몸이 안 좋아요.
Yeah, 몸이 안 좋아요 is more about your general physical condition.
Yeah, 몸이 안 좋아요. 오늘 몸이 안 좋아요. I'm not feeling good today.
Yeah, but if you are feeling nauseous, you can specifically say 속이 안 좋아요 because it's your inside.
Okay. And if you're getting motion sickness while you're here in Korea, maybe in a car or on a bus or on a boat, 멀미나요 is the correct expression.
That's right.
I hope it doesn't happen to you.
I hope not.
Okay, now let's get back to the message here. And I know we have some Korean listeners, and I'm always happy also to connect with them. Usually they're a bit more quiet. Our Korean listeners, they don't participate that much.
They just listen or watch, right?
Yeah, but we have Yerin Shi, and she's joining us from Korea. She's on Jeju-do Island. I remember we actually talked to you on the phone as well, so thank you very much, you and maybe your family with your parents. Guess what? We're going to play your song request. This is for you. 다비치, 괜찮아, 사랑이야. It's okay, that's love. A nice slow song by Davichi. Thank you very much for that request. And once again, a big shout out also to our Korean listeners around the world. Welcome back. We will continue with Hyunwoo Sansungnim here. Part 2, we're talking about a song this time, and we want you to guess the Korean title of this song. And before we start reading the lyrics, maybe we can also remind our listeners that we have some videos available online. If you type in Catch the Wave on YouTube, for instance, you'll see lots of videos with Hyunwoo and myself trying to teach you Korean and, you know, in a very entertaining way.
Yeah, so we basically have a camera in front of us. Of course, we have that camera for the live feed on the Arirang Radio app. You can click on that video button.
Hi.
But if you want to rewatch our recorded shows without the music songs, you can go on YouTube.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and hello to the people watching us right now. Now, Hyunwoo, we're going to be talking about a song by a group called Jinushan.
Jinushan, yeah.
Can you introduce these guys?
Well, they are basically, still big, but they were, I think, one of the first hip-hop groups
in Korea
that introduced hip-hop music to Korea. And
in the 90s.
In the 90s, I basically grew up listening to their songs.
So it's two people. It's Jinu and Sean.
Sean, yeah.
And their name is just Jinushan.
Jinushan. And they're like really, really famous. And they came back as artists. They were more commonly on like entertainment shows, but then they kind of came back with a song. With a
song after 11 years.
Yeah.
So it was pretty remarkable, and the song was pretty successful. It's a fun song. We've played it several times here on the show as well.
Okay, that's a big hint.
Yes, so we'll go through the lyrics, and then we want you to try to guess the Korean title of this song by Jinushan. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm going to read roughly 8 or 9 lines.
Yep,
but
short lines.
Yeah, it's short lines. 2 of the words are going to be English, so please pay attention.
Yep.
오늘도 고민과 걱정에 숙인 고개와 축 처진 어깨. 오늘따라 생각이 나 너와 함께였던 yesterday. Remember? 겁없던 날들이었어. 너와 나 단둘이면 저 구름 위로 새처럼 날아갈 듯 했지. That's it.
That's pretty hard. If you just, with this, even if you ask a Korean person, just with these lyrics, maybe he or she will have a hard time guessing which song we're talking about here.
That's right, yeah. Unless you actually know the song.
Yeah, let's maybe focus on a few words here, a few words that can be useful for our listeners.
Okay, I want to talk about 고개 here, 고개.
고개? Mm-hmm. 고개.
고개 is basically your neck, the folding part of your neck. Like
고개?
고개.
고개, isn't it like your face or 고개?
고개 is your neck.
Oh,
so
okay.
you can say 고개를 숙이다 to lower your head. You know, basically you're folding, like tilting your neck to face down, right? And then 고개를 들다 is to raise your head.
고개 들어.
But
it's funny. I always thought 고개 was basically your face because they say 고개 들어.
Yeah.
So it's your head, basically. I thought it was your head.
I see.
고개.
It's your neck. But I was actually in the subway overhearing some interesting conversation between 2 people. I wasn't teaching Korean at the time.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I didn't really feel confident to interfere them, but they were discussing what the station name
버티고개
meant. And this guy, the one guy had studied some Korean. He said 고개 is neck. So 버티고개 must mean something neck.
Neck.
So this other guy was like, "Oh, you're so smart." So I heard them discuss it, but in that case, 고개 means a hill. You know,
a hill.
You go over a hill.
Yeah, it's a little hill.
So two different words.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was there just listening.
Funny.
Yeah.
Patigoge, by the way, is not too far from Itaewon Station.
Yeah.
And the Patigoge역 is actually interesting because it's very deep.
Yeah.
It goes, so you have escalators and it's kind of futuristic.
Yeah, from the exit until you reach the platform, you have to expect to take like...
It takes time.
10 minutes. So anyway,
okay.
고개 is neck or hill. And then another very fun and short word is 겁.
겁? What is 겁?
Fear.
겁 많아요?
It depends.
Do you have lots of fears?
So,
겁 많아요?
Yeah, when you want to say that you got scared, the expression is really funny because you say basically in Korean to eat fear. 겁 먹다.
겁 먹다.
Yeah, so you ate fear, so you're
겁
full of
먹었어.
fear. Yeah.
겁 먹었어.
And I can say 겁 먹지 마세요. Don't eat fear.
That's interesting. Why do they use that verb?
I don't know.
먹다.
I think it's the
먹다.
same as 나이 먹다. You ate some age.
You ate age.
You got older.
You ate fear.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about the lyrics of this song by Jinu Sean, a famous duo, hip-hop duo here in the K-pop industry, and they just released a new song, and we want you to tell us the Korean title of this song. We're going to help you, and we will actually play this song right now. The English title, Tell Me One More Time. Take a listen, send us your answers, and we will also pick a lucky winner at the end of the show and send you a book sponsored to us by talktomeinkorean.com. So good luck to you. This is Jinu Sean featuring Chang Han-na. Yes, welcome back. Catch the Wave. Happy Friday. Hyunwoo 선생님 is here from talktomeinkorean.com. We just had our K-pop quiz, and we were looking for the Korean title of the song we just heard by Jinu Sean. So if you have the answer, good luck to you. We will pick one lucky winner at the end of our show. Now, we also like to hear your voices, and you can send us your audio clips. All you have to do is record yourself talking in Korean, alone or with a friend.
Yeah, with a group of friends.
Yeah. And it's simple.
Yeah.
You use your phone, your computer, just record it, make sure the audio quality is good, and send it to us. The email address, catchkoreanwave@gmail.com. Catchkoreanwave@gmail.com.
Sounds simple enough.
Yep.
And do we have a recording to play today?
We do, and the message is sent in by Kautar from Morocco. I'm 26 years old, and actually I teach Korean language in an association in my town. I teach only beginners, and I'm still learning Korean from websites like talktomeinkorean.com.
Thank you.
And I love Catch the Wave so much. Thank you, Adrian Shi, for this amazing show. Especially, I like K-Talk and this segment with Hyunwoo 선생님.
Thank you once again.
I recorded my voice reading a short part from 기다리 아저씨, the story, and I hope that my pronunciation is good. I hope I will be able to hear my voice on Catch the Wave this Friday. Well, guess what? We're going to be playing your audio clip right now, and we'll get back to you. Here we go.
기다리 아저씨, 아니 저비도련님, 아니 내 사랑, 빨리빨리 나으세요. 당신을 만나서 손을 잡아보면 꿈인지 아닌지 알 수 있겠죠. 저는 당신을 30분밖에 못 봤지만 그래도 행복했어요. 의사 선생님이 그러시는데 저 때문에 당신이 10년을 젊어진 것 같아요. 어제는 제 생일 최고의 날이었어요. 저는 이제 예전에 주디가 아니랍니다.
Awesome.
Ho, 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 ho.
Nice flow.
기다리 아저씨.
By the way, for your information,
Yeah.
기다리 아저씨 is daddy long legs.
Daddy long legs.
Yeah, so-
키다리.
Yeah, This is a funny
It's
word.
funny.
Yeah, kida리 is basically a tall guy.
Yeah.
A tall woman too. But kida리 and
kida리.
kida리 아저씨 is the translated title of the novel Daddy Long Legs.
That's right. And so she read a little part of that story, and I think her pronunciation overall is very good.
Very, very good. And another aside, a piece of information. In the first line, she mentions a person's name, 저비 도련님. It's Master Jervy. So if you are familiar with the story, if you like the story, you might have heard something that sounded similar. So,
저비 도련님.
yeah. Very good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So let's talk about maybe a few words here. What can she improve in this audio clip?
All right. So there were some parts where she was using like double consonants.
Okay.
쌍자음 and for example, 빨리빨리.
빨리빨리.
To my ears, it sounded like 팔리팔리.
So instead of 쌍피읍, it was more like a pi읍.
Yeah. So
빨리빨리.
yeah, if you could actually make it a little more dense, stronger.
빨리빨리.
빨리빨리. Make it a little more higher pitched and
빨리빨리.
빨리빨리. Not like that, but
빨리빨리.
a little more force to 빨리빨리. So 빨리빨리. And then in the following line, you said 꿈.
Yeah.
That also.
I kind of heard kum, kind of.
Yeah,
kum,
like
kum.
with a K, right?
Yeah.
So
kum.
also make that a double K and say kum.
Kum. You have to make it a bit stronger. You have to emphasize the consonants here. Kum.
Kum. And lastly, one last pronunciation tip. Doctor. The doctor.
Doctor. What is doctor in Korean?
This
doctor.
is tricky. Please listen carefully. It's 의사.
의사.
So basically say
의.
fast. Yeah.
의.
의사.
의사. It's hard to pronounce.
It is. So
의사.
she ended up
의사.
saying 의사. So yeah.
의사님. 의사 선생님.
의사. So a lot of people actually say just 의사.
의사.
Yeah.
They take out the E part.
Yeah.
And they say just 의사.
의사.
의사 선생님.
의사 선생님. Because there's no other word that sounds the same.
Yeah.
So 의사 or
의사.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be, in theory, it's supposed to be 의사. 의사 선생님. And it means doctor. So if I go to a clinic or a hospital, I can say 의사 선생님 만나러 왔어요. I mean 보러 왔어요.
Yeah, 의사 선생님 for example, 계세요?
You can ask, yeah.
These are strange questions to ask at a clinic because...
No, he's not here. He's not here today.
Yeah.
Okay, but overall your pronunciation was very good. So just like Hyunwoo said, try to work on those few words. But you're not the only one. Many people are struggling with these double consonants.
Yeah.
Those are hard. And when I was a kid also, when I was learning Korean, I had a hard time between 쌍기역, so the double 기역, and also 기역. I thought for me, to my ears, it was the same when I was a kid. I was like, there's no difference.
Yeah. So whenever you're struggling with the Korean language, remember that even native speakers, when they are little, they all make mistakes. And for example, I was at the hospital the other day in the pediatrics section. I'm struggling with
That's
English.
hard.
But anyway, in the 소아과 pediatrics section, there was a boy who was sort of sick. So he was getting some treatment. But then his treatment involved not drinking water for one day.
Okay.
So he was really thirsty. So he wanted to say, 목말라. I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
But to his mind, 목말라 was too complicated because he needed water. So he kept yelling to everybody, 물 말라. He wanted to drink water.
물 말라.
Yeah, so it got mixed up in his head.
물 is water.
It happens to native speakers too.
Sure.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. But good job. Let's listen to it once again. A message sent in by Kautar in Morocco.
기다리 아저씨, 아니 저비도련님, 아니 내 사랑, 빨리빨리 나으세요. 당신을 만나서 손을 잡아보면 꿈인지 아닌지 알 수 있겠죠. 저는 당신을 30분밖에 못 봤지만 그래도 행복했어요. 의사 선생님이 그러시는데 저 때문에 당신이 10년을 젊어진 것 같아요. 어제는 제 생애 최고의 날이었어요. 저는 이제 예전에 조디가 아니랍니다.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job. 키다리 아저씨. Daddy long legs.
Daddy long legs.
Funny little story here. Thank you very much for that message, Kautar. You will be receiving a book sponsored to us by talktomeinkorean.com. So send us your address on winner information and we will get back to you. Listeners, when we return after the song break, we're going to answer some of your curiosities, your questions. If you're struggling because you're learning Korean alone or if you want to know how to say something in Korean, we can help you after the song break. This is Sunny Hill featuring Harim, Manine Yonin, Darling of All Hearts. A very fun song, right?
Yeah.
Full of energy. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back, everyone. You're surfing on the wave with us. Hyunwoo Sansangnim is here, and we are trying to help you learn Korean, and we try to make it fun and entertaining. Learning a language is not always easy. It demands a lot of effort, a lot of time, and people have been asking us, Hyunwoo, can you tell us and give us some advice? I want to learn a new language. I want to learn Korean. What are your tips here? Lydia from Indonesia was asking us, for instance.
Well, I mean, there can be 100 different tips that I can give you, but if I have to just pick one, today I would go with find somebody that will give you the reason to learn. Like motivation usually comes from people, not from books, animes, things like that. They could give you motivation, but if you have somebody that will just keep making you want to learn, either somebody that you like, either someone that you look up to,
maybe a friend.
Those people will give you reasons to study and go through, bear through all the hard times. So
a source of motivation.
Yeah, and after you have motivation, how you study doesn't really matter.
You can work with books, you can work with videos online, you can try to listen to Korean music, you can watch Korean movies or Korean dramas with subtitles, or listen to the radio, just like right now, and we can answer your questions.
Yeah.
Ikumi is joining us. Ikumi, hello, and she's from Japan. I'm 22 years old, and I'm studying English and Korean.
That's awesome.
talktomeinkorean.com is the best way to learn Korean because I can study Korean and English at the same time.
Thank you.
And the teachers and videos are just so nice.
arigatou gozaimasu.
And she says, I found out about Catch the Wave through the website, and I've watched many recordings before, but this is my first time listening to the show live here on Catch the Wave. So hello, Ikumi. Welcome to the program. Konbanwa?
Konbanwa. It works.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me see here. A message by Margot, and this is not to do with Korean language. She just wants to say thank you to you, and she knows that you have a son, and he's going to be 1 soon, this month.
Yes.
That's why.
Thank you so much. I'll tell my son you said hi.
Okay, very good. Let's jump into some questions right now. We have Julia this time around, and she's asking Hyunwoo 선생님 a question. 안녕하세요, 현우 선생님. Last time, you taught us 1인분도 돼요?
Yeah.
And we were asking food portions at a restaurant. Can I have a one-person serving?
Yep.
What if we have 4 people?
Yeah.
But we only want to order 2 servings. Then how can I ask to make sure before we sit down in the restaurant?
Okay, in that case, you can say 2 servings or 2 persons servings is 2인분.
2인분.
So practice that. 2인분 and then 2인분만 시켜도 돼요. 시키다 is to order. So 2인분만 시켜도 돼요. Can I only order 2 servings?
Yeah, I guess this could happen maybe if some of your friends already ate.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just not hungry. Or 속이 안 좋아요.
That's right. If
you're not feeling good.
Yeah, if the restaurant is not really busy at that time, they will probably say, okay, come in.
Okay. So 2인분만
시켜도 돼요.
2인분만 시켜도 돼요. And she was also asking us a little question, and she was talking about the sounds and pronunciation. It's hard to distinguish the sound of the 받침,
Yeah.
the niun, and iung as 받침. So, like, for instance, let's say han and hang. It's sometimes hard.
I see. Well, yeah, I mean, depends on what comes after. So when you have han, it's han. Hang, it's easier to distinguish, but when you have
Another syllable.
coming up, it becomes hang. For example, 한국 is 한국. So it's just a matter of getting exposed to many sounds. That's all I can say.
But I agree with you, and it's not easy. And in every language, you have these, I guess, connecting sounds.
Yeah, liaisons.
Yeah,
So,
that are sometimes tricky to catch. Good luck. Shaida Tool joining us from Malaysia this time. Hyunwoo 선생님, I have a question. I know Koreans do use question marks too.
yeah.
Do they use other punctuations as well, just like in English, commas, dash, things like that?
Good question. In everyday Korean sentences, we use the question mark, period, exclamation mark, commas, and then we also, we don't use colons and semicolons
No.
that much, almost at all. And then dash or hyphen, we don't use them very much.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically 4.
Yeah, the most common ones basically we use.
And of course quotation marks as well.
Yeah. Good question. Good question. A message from Vietnam this time. Gloria is joining us. What does posam mean?
Posam?
Posam. I think that it is a name of a food, but I also heard someone talking about it, meaning that it forced women.
I see what you're talking about. So right now it's only used in modern day Korea. It's only used as a food name.
Yeah.
But back in the day, like many hundred years ago, I guess women could be kind of abducted by other people to meet somebody. Hey, will you marry this person?
Okay.
So that happened, I guess sometimes. So that's why there's a word for it. But it doesn't really have significant meaning these days.
These days, you can just remember that posam is food.
Yeah, that's the only meaning that matters.
Okay, we'll leave it there for the questions. I hope you enjoyed the show here with us. We're going to have to say goodbye to Hyunwoo, but thank you very much. We have our lucky winner for today's quiz, our K-pop quiz. Maybe you can give us the name.
The name of the winner is Nuha, and you are from Tunisia.
That's right. Congratulations. And the song we talked about earlier was a song by Jinu Sean featuring Chang Han-na. And what's the Korean title?
한 번 더 말해줘.
Tell me one more time. 한 번 더. See, you have to pronounce well. 한 번 더 말해줘. Congratulations. We'll send you a book sponsored to us by talktomeinkorean.com. Hyunwoo, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next week again.
See you next week.
Always a pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Music. It's going to be 성시경, 안녕 나의 사랑. Goodbye, my love.